Well, howdy, 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 everybody. Theresa here, just me and the critters. It is Friday the 13th. I like Friday the 13th. I know a lot of people kind of wigged out about it, but I like it. But it's Friday the 13th in March 2020. I'm trying to find my lighter. There's my lighter. And it is Friday, as I already said. It is 2:22 in the afternoon. Lighting my candle. It's the pumpkin spice. I got this on clearance because, it's not wintertime anymore. So I don't care. I try to buy most of my stuff like that on clearance if I can, And I'm going to kind of make it a point now with some things changing in our household that I get out and about more and that I walk the stores more. And I can check for clearance items because it really is the way to go. Another thing I'm hoping to do is I'm hoping to, when we get moved, I'll explain all of that. But hopefully we're in an area that has multiple stores, outlets like Kroger and Aldi's and stuff, and to be able to do some more effective couponing. I used to do a lot of couponing. Not like the extreme couponing you see on TV, but I would save sometimes maybe even half of my grocery bill. So basically, if I was on the Kroger coupons and stuff, So I hope to do that. Ways to save money, right? So let me do the weather real quick because I'm getting way ahead of myself. I know that. Okay, let's see. Today, it says that it's 79. I don't think it feels like 79, but I've been kind of cold lately. And they say it feels like 81. The high day will be 80. The low will be 57. Partly cloudy. 10% chance of rain tonight. Humidity is at 57%. The wind is 8 miles per hour from the south. Sunrise was at 7:49 a.m. Sunset will be at 7:45 p.m. I sure am enjoying it being light later. That is just so nice. And let's see, tomorrow is about the same. It's going to be 82 for the high and the low will be 60. I'll be able to hang my clothes outside today. That's always so nice, so that makes me happy. I'm doing laundry right now. I'm got to do laundry. I need to dust and vacuum out here in the front room. I need to sweep and mop the kitchen, do the dishes, clean up the kitchen some, and I'm doing laundry. I feel so much better. I know I did I make a video yesterday? I don't believe I got to. No, I didn't. I mainly laid on the couch and, just kind of slept. I was so tired and was not still feeling well. I had a little bit of a stomach bug. It was just kind of a 24-hour kind, nothing like, corona or anything like that. I think Brad gave it to me because he had it earlier. So, but I feel fine today. Everything's good. So, yeah. Been watching and tracking what's going on with the coronavirus. But before I get talking about that, I made the announcement on Facebook today that Brad his last day of work will be the 27th. He just can't, and I think I already told you guys this, but if I did, forgive me. He just can't do the work anymore. And he told his employee, I don't think it's fair to you guys because I'm gone more than I'm here. And, he's in so much pain and stuff. He just can't do it. So, you can't, and I always tell him I married a man, not a paycheck. And we'll get through. And this is not a plea or e-begging or anything. I'm not asking anybody for anything, okay? Everybody's got their own worries and stuff. And we'll make it through. We always do make it through. So, no worries there, guys. We'll scrimp and save. And, we had those cell phones. And I think this next coming month, Yeah, in April we make that last payment on the cell phones. So that'll reduce that bill down. And we're just going to scrimp and save. And, we're pretty well stocked up for the house. We've taken care of some things. I had a feeling this was coming, and so like that's why we were taking care of the glasses. And I know I showed you guys that last time about the refurbished laptops, because we didn't need laptops to do really anything besides Netflix and YouTube and stuff. So, it doesn't even have the drawer that, for the CDs or anything, not CDs, for your movies and stuff. But we don't really need that, we have. So, yeah, it's all good. We'll make it through. My biggest worry is him. And, when you guys know that when you have somebody or you yourself are in chronic pain and it never seems to end, that's a hard thing with the depression. And when you're so tired, it's a hard thing with the depression. So that's the most important thing. And he's going to file for disability. And we're going to go from there. And, we'll make it. We'll make it. I just know we will. We will find a way. We always have to make it. So, with that being said, I know a lot of people are like, oh, the coronavirus is just a hoax, and the government's making it out worse than it is and stuff. I don't think when it's worldwide, and I also don't think when you have major places, major companies closing down, like both Disney here in the United States and Broadway, the NBA, the PGA. I mean, not PGA and NBA, they're not closing down. And I mean, no place is closing down forever, but suspending their services or their events. So many things, so many events are being closed. Some of the schools, some places are being closed. Some are being, like, once they hit spring break, that's it. Some people are pulling their kids out and homeschooling it. A lot of people are doing the social distancing. But what really is getting me right now is the selfishness of some people. And I'm not directing this to anybody. Not to anybody I know or anything, but just to general. Why do you need to go and buy, like, all of the toilet paper, all of the paper products, this mass hysteria? Why not just take enough that you think you might need and leave some for everybody else? Because, we all need, well, we don't have to have toilet paper, first of all. You can always get in the shower and rinse off, or, there's different ways to take care of yourself. But why take it all and not leave enough for your fellow man? I mean, why would you do that? Why would you take all of the baby wipes when you know that there's people out there that, have infants and stuff that they really do need this? Why take all of the pet food? I mean, come on, why just take enough for yourself and leave? I don't understand. And then some other people act like this coronavirus and things being canceled and stuff just are harming them. It is just affecting them. And it's like, no, it affects all of us, okay? Whether or not you think it does, it does. It's going to hurt our economy overall massively. It already is. Look at the stock market. Small businesses and stuff, this may close their doors. It will close some of their doors. It will financially put us, in all probability, maybe into a recession. But it is normal. It is normal throughout history. We've had epidemics which have wiped out people. Brad and I, and our daughter was with us, our youngest daughter, went through the Deadwood Cemetery. And we walked the whole thing and everything we saw. And you could see where there were whole sections of where there would be like many children that had died right around the same time, and many children in the same family and stuff, and where there had been epidemics. And, then you could see where there had been people that had lost loved ones to war and stuff, because that would all be, all we can do is the best that we can, and we have a lot more, we're armed with a lot more stuff than our ancestors. And, I don't think we need to be selfish. Did I go and buy a bunch of toilet paper? Number one, Charlie, that's enough. I normally do keep our house fairly well stocked because I'm from Wyoming. This is what I tell everybody. Nixie. I'm from Wyoming, and in Wyoming, winter can be very severe, and you can't always get to a store. From the time that I was a kid and stuff, I remember a really bad snowstorm, and we were snowed in for weeks, and it was a good thing that my mom had the house pretty well stocked. And I've always tried to keep the house pretty well stocked, sometimes better than others. I mean, depending on what we have. And so the house is pretty well stocked. And I had just ordered, I think it was beginning of this month, I think, dog food for both dogs. And, did I go and buy a bunch of toilet paper? Well, no, I had a couple 6-packs still. I ordered one 6-pack more. Because Brad is picking up a few groceries tonight. I ordered them through Walmart, and then he's just going to drive up and get them. But that's it, because I didn't need more than that, because I'm careful with my toilet paper anyway. I don't know. I'm just I try to conserve. And, so, I don't use an obscene amount or anything. And now I've cut back a little bit more, just in case. And, like I said, I didn't go and I bought, the cat needed a little more food, so I bought, a little more food for her, not a whole bunch. And, what are you doing, Nixie? What are you doing, little girlfriend? You're so silly all the time. You're so silly. But, I didn't need to buy a bunch. So what are we doing to protect ourselves? We're doing what's called social distancing. So with my daughter, I did call and cancel our doctor's appointment for Monday, because they're saying to call your doctor's office if you have a doctor appointment before and see if it's safe. And I talked with them. I'm like, I really don't feel like it's real safe right now. And the receptionist agreed. So we rescheduled that for in April. And that'll work out better anyway, because then Brad won't be working, and so that gave us a little bit more leeway for, for him. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, for him, not having to try and take time off work. Also, so social distancing means that we're only going out of our house as we have to. Brad still is working for the next 2 weeks. His last day, like I said, is on the 27th. So, but I'm not planning on going anywhere, unless it's like to get into the Jeep to go for a ride. And even then, we won't interact with anybody. If we were to go in public, I probably, I don't know, tempted to wear a face mask, tempted to not wear one, but we do have face masks. I had bought like 50 of them when we lived at the RV park. If you guys are long-time subscribers, you know that when we lived at the RV park, these people would build these fires in these fire pits, and they would almost get like bonfires. Well, they didn't care, because we were all very closely compacted in this RV park. They didn't care. And there were times they would just choke us out in our RV because it would be coming through if they were that close. So the only way I could go outside to paint or to walk my dogs was to wear a face mask. So we have those. I did just buy some more rubber gloves. They were still on sale. I was amazed. They were still on sale at Amazon. So we do have those. Just, be careful. We have plenty of hand sanitizer. Plenty, I mean, we have 3 open bottles. I didn't go buy any more hand sanitizer, and I know Brad has one at work that he kind of keeps hidden. What else? What else are we doing? Not inviting anybody over, which we normally don't. Actually, social distancing isn't hard for me because it's basically what I do. I'm a people person as long as there's kind of, you don't invade my bubble type. I know a lot of people are that way too, and, Brad is always amazed. If somebody has a dog or a cat with them, I don't think anything of sitting down and talking with them about their pet and be fully engaged. Otherwise, I'm just not, really, I'm not very social. You guys know that. You guys are my social. You guys are, basically, you guys are who I talk to. I have a few friends that I text back and forth with. I text back and forth with my daughter a lot every day. As she has time. But that's basically what we're doing. Is we're stocked up, but we're not hoarding. We're not hoarding supplies or anything. I'm not doing the hazmat suits. I'm not cutting anybody down that is doing extreme prepping or doing a lot of hoarding. I'm not cutting anybody down doing a hazmat suit or anything else. We all do what we feel we're comfortable with. So that's what we're doing. I plan on just kind of just staying the way I am. As far as moving and stuff, we're still all working with that. Our daughter would really like to be able to get a place that we all would be, maybe even temporarily until we would be able to get a refurbished trailer to put on. They want to get a place with some land so then we could put a trailer on there. And that's what we like too, because we do want to have somewhat of our own living space. But we'll all make do. Because we're going to be helping her with the kids, and she's going to be helping me with some of the stuff I need to do, with Brad and stuff, or if I need help. So we're all working together with that. My daughter's very protective of us, and she's just the sweetest. She just did. She said the other day, it was so sweet. She said, and we were sitting on the beach and we were doing a video call with her. And she said, I just want to be able to spend some more time with you guys. I want to spend time with you guys, make some more memories. Like, wow, just beautiful. So, I wanted to show you guys a couple of things I got in from Amazon real quick. Because I've been fighting the gout. It's much better now. Because I had to take a couple of days off, not being up on my feet near as much. I even used the cane, part of one day, because that did help with the walking and stuff. I got in, and it was, I don't remember how much it was. I think it was like maybe $10. But it's this, let's see. It's this tart cherry extract, and it's supposed to really help with gout. And we looked it up, and I know years ago Brad would drink cherry juice. But who can, and it said to eat more cherries on the site. It's like, who can afford cherries? Well, we can't. I mean, even frozen ones. I mean, it's like, yikes. So this is a good alternative for us. There's 200. You take 2 at a time once a day. So got that in, taking that. And it's supposed to help with joint pain and stuff too. I'll probably have Brad take it. But I got in some turmeric, and it's got the ginger with it. Here, that Brad's going to start taking. My joints are okay right now, but like I said, he's in so much pain. And so I'm thinking this was maybe $15, and I think that's why I hadn't done the turmeric before, and that's why I'm not taking it right now. I'd rather save it for Brad. Again, you take 2 of these once a day, preferably with a meal. But it's got 1,500 milligrams of turmeric with ginger. And so hopefully this will help. It's worth a shot, right? We try different things, and I do look it up, the herbs and stuff, how they counteract with different medicines, because you have to be careful. But I know before I had him on some ginger, and it really, really seemed to help with the diabetes. So I'm going to give that a try. Let me know what you guys are doing for the coronavirus. You know, my daughter is, I think they're going to homeschool the kids, thinking about it, and they're going to do the social distancing. She was so sweet, too. She was concerned about the doctor's appointment. I think you should cancel that. It's like, I'm thinking about that, too, you know. And, yeah. I'm concerned for everybody, especially people that have lung issues. I have to be very careful. I've always had an immunodeficiency disorder. Mine is the common variable one, and it's a primary immunodeficiency disorder. And so I've always had to be careful, but because I can catch stuff super easy. I used to be so sick in my 30s. Lord. I was always I used to see a asthma allergist doctor. I was always at his office and having to have breathing treatment and being put on prednisone and really high doses of antibiotics. And they didn't tell you at that point in time that if you use an inhaler, you need to rinse your mouth right away because it will destroy your teeth. And it did. And the same thing is wrong with Brad's. So, yeah, I used to be so sick, but I'm not anymore like that. And a lot of what's helped too is moving, because we lived at Mile High there in Wyoming. So, yeah. The only good thing is, with the coronavirus, it's cold there, so it will kill off. Outdoors, it'll kill off, but then people stay indoors more, and yeah. So, I don't know what's been canceled around here. I know quite a bit of stuff has been, so, you know, what can you do? Anyway, I'm going to get off here, but please tell me what you've got planned for the coronavirus, you know, to protect yourself. Maybe you're doing a lot, maybe you're not. You know, whatever you're doing is good for you, you know. And remember, I love you guys, and I do cherish your friendship so very much. You guys help me through the darkest of moments and help me celebrate the brightest of moments, and then we just cheer each other on. And that's what I think life is all about. And remember, I think you're awesome. And I will talk to you guys, if not on a weekend, I'll probably talk to you guys Monday. So be careful out there.